All right, so Ketsy, Awake Purified Water, we bring you some show business. The beautiful Becky Bex is here.
Great entertainment.
What's up?
And Becky,
Hi, good morning.
looking
Lovely
very
people.
entertaining.
Yeah.
Why are you so stiff? Is it because
of my hair?
You mean she's looking?
I wasn't gonna like. I actually wasn't gonna
I
say
feel like
because
I'm
of your
looking
hair.
like Beyonce, and so I have to sit in a way
serious.
that I don't know.
I know we're talking about Beyonce, but
Yeah, later
I
on.
hear that's a musician.
Akese Brimpon, he's a
adding his voice.
gospel musician, and you know, I don't know whether there've been calls. I can't say calls.
Well, the president delivered a speech which seemed to suggest, which people seem to have interpreted to mean that government will have an intention to tax. Of course, we've had government communication
to tax churches. We're talking about taxing of churches.
So he is saying, Akese Brimpon is saying that, I mean, you can't just tax churches. If the churches are doing business or they're using the gospel to do business, yes, of course, you can tax all those churches. But, you know, just taxing any other churches, it's not really.
Okay,
so he doesn't support the idea of government or whoever to charge or tax churches.
And why is the church not paying taxes in the first place? If we can establish that, then we can go into why the church should pay tax now.
Well, but don't you think it's because of what they are seeing now, people using the church for business and all of that? That's why they thought, okay, then let's just have a general tax for the church.
So let the people that are using the church for business pay taxes. You know, the church is not a business entity, and if people are, we don't have to generalize that the, people are using the church for business, so the church must pay taxes. In the first place, we as a nation decided that churches must not pay taxes. Why did we decide that churches mustn't pay taxes? Is the church deviating from that? We need to come back to the table and see if there are churches that are using the church as businesses. We identify them and let them pay taxes for the business ventures that they are engaged in. I believe that we don't have to generalize on this issue at all. In the first place, we want to establish why the nation thought churches shouldn't pay taxes, and also examine whether the church is deviating from that. Then we can make a conclusion that all churches must pay taxes. Or we look at the people, the churches, the churches that we can establish that are using the church for business, purposes, and they pay the tax.
But what do we do to some of these churches?
So that was a mafia there, solid guy. But let's talk about Beyonce.
Now that you think you look like Beyonce, what's up with her?
I love it, the way you
What's
did
up
the
with
hair.
her? Is somebody cheating on her again?
No.
Okay.
She's, she doesn't do interviews. She's like one celebrity out there that,
It's rare
for her to
do
appear in any of any of the. I wish we will get Beyonce. We will get Beyonce.
Yeah, I love that.
We're praying, Mama. You pray for me.
Really?
So Beyonce is covering the new the September issue of Vogue magazine, and she's been talking faithfulness. She's been talking a lot of things. Listen to Beyonce.
This morning, Beyonce, in her own words, discussing everything from motherhood and marriage to issues with her body. The superstar opening up like never before, making history on the cover of Vogue's September issue. The singer hiring the first African-American cover photographer in the magazine's 126-year history, 23-year-old Tyler Mitchell behind the lens. Beyonce, who chose a more natural look for the shoot, revealing her personal struggles with body image following the birth of her first child, Blue Ivy, who's now 6 years old. She says, "I believed in the things society said about how my body should look. I put pressure on myself to lose all the baby weight in 3 months and scheduled a small tour to assure I would do it. Looking back, that was crazy." But the 36-year-old mother of 3 says she now embraces her curves, attributing the change to complications during her pregnancy with twins Rumi and Sir. Beyonce explaining, "I was 218 pounds the day I gave birth to Rumi and Sir. I was swollen from toxemia and had been on bed rest for over a month. My health and my baby's health were in danger, so I had an emergency C-section." The star says she took 6 months off to recover, and during that time, she accepted what her body wanted to be. adding, I have a little mommy pouch and I'm in no rush to get rid of it. I think it's real. Whenever I'm ready to get a six-pack, I will go into beast zone. But right now, my little fupa and I feel like we are meant to be. Beyonce also discussing how her marriage to rapper Jay-Z survived infidelity. Jay-Z opening up about his unfaithfulness last November.
The hardest thing is seeing pain on someone's face that you caused and then have to deal with yourself.
Coiled deep was the need to know. Are you cheating on me?
You did what with who? What good is a menage a trois when you have a soulmate?
While both performers have famously used their art to help them work through their problems, Beyonce says she also looked to her family's complicated past. She says, I come from a lineage of broken male-female relationships, abusive power, and mistrust. Only when I saw that clearly was I able to resolve those conflicts in my own relationship. Connecting to the past and knowing our history makes us both bruised and beautiful.
Thanks to Awake.
Yeah, for bringing us show business.
Yeah.
Listen, we have talking points on this. Later at midday, there will be more show business. For now, though, Becky, thank you.
Becky. I love your hair.
And that's our show. We will see you tomorrow. God willing. Let's wrap up the week. Yeah.
We're ending the week tomorrow. It's a Friday. And so from 6 to 9, make sure that your dial is always right here on the channel. JoyNews. Stay with that the rest of the day. Charlie.
We'll see you.
A lot of things.